What is up, you guys? And today we are going to be playing Minecraft and reading Reddit stories. I've seen a few videos going around on YouTube, and they have all been so enjoyable to sit there and listen to while I'm sort of just roaming around, either building in The Sims or trying to roam around and playing in Minecraft myself. So I decided, you know what, since I enjoy these videos so much, I'm just going to sort of hop on the bandwagon and make one myself. So today we are going to be reading Am I the Asshole for Not Warning My Diabetic Friend About Our Trip? My friend, sister, and I went out to a major city near us for my birthday, where, yes, there are buses and the subway, but usually it is still better to walk if it's not across the city. I invited this friend to a free trip to a museum and explicitly told her we would be leaving our town around 9:30, arriving to the city at 11, and then leaving the city at 5:30 and getting home about 7. At the beginning of the day, I make sure to tell her I have extra snacks in case she needs to fix her blood sugar. With both fast and long acting carbs. She also has trouble with a leg injury, but my sister has a pretty bad one that flares up, and I have a minor one too, so I figured she would be comfortable telling us if she needed to stop. We finished the museum with about 2 hours to spare, not helped by the fact that we had skipped a floor because I wasn't super interested in that stuff, and she definitely wasn't either. So my sister and I say we should walk around the city since there's some cool stuff nearby. Okay, yeah, that sounds like fun. It's your birthday, you know. You brought your friend, you have your sister, you're walking around. It seems like a pretty walkable city. I'm guessing if it's in the US, maybe like a New York type of state. But especially considering there are subways and buses and things like that. She doesn't protest and has been sitting down a bit previously because she was bored of the exhibit we were in. Okay. So we ended up walking and taking a subway around every time we were near a mall. And even as we were walking around, we are checking in with her if she needs a food and buy her a smoothie and a bagel. Though this isn't because she says she needs food, it's because my sister wanted to stop at both places. She had a headphone in all day, so we hadn't known anything about when and slash if she was having any blood sugar problems. Basically, she is pissed at me because I didn't warn her we would be walking around so much and hadn't adequately warned her so she could prepare about the change of plans. Wait, wasn't that mentioned? Didn't she say that she mentioned that at the beginning of the story? Okay. I think she probably would have told her, like, yeah, we're going to walk around, you know, there's time to spare. I argued back that we literally made the plans of walking around for a bit right in front of her, and that she could have said something, as well as the fact that even if we hadn't gone around the city, we literally said we were going to be walking around a museum for basically 4 to 5 hours, not including travel time. This combined with the fact that she's never said anything about having a problem or having low blood sugar, despite us being aware of it and actively checking in and making sure that she is doing okay and had what she needs. To this, she said whenever we offered stuff, she didn't have one, and it was when we were away from food places that she had low blood sugar. Hello, big city, we can walk at most a block to find food. Anyways, am I the asshole for not properly warning my friend about this trip and making the possibility of leaving her defenseless? For reference, I would also like to add that both of us are barely young adults, as well as the fact that neither of us have a driver's license, and it isn't really needed where we live, hence my much elder sister coming as well. as the fact her mother is still very overprotective. She's a type 1 diabetic and she has been for about 6 years. I would personally say no. You're not necessarily the asshole for that. If she is a young adult, she should be responsible enough to know when her sugar is getting too low. On top of that, she should have had her proper equipment, like her little blood sugar test, like the little stick thing, or just sort of knowing your body and sort of feeling it. I don't have diabetes myself, so I'm not too sure if there's necessarily like a deep, like, oh my god type of feeling. But I would definitely say you should know your body well enough if you do have an issue like diabetes to know when you need a break. And it is your responsibility to stand up for yourself in those types of situations where if you are in need of something, you let your friends know, especially if they were trying to be very aware of your issues. I would say that she's probably not the asshole for that. Okay, but now we're going to go on to the next one. This one is, am I the asshole for my USB killer frying my friend's PC after she snooped in my bag? Okay, I have a feeling she's probably not going to be the asshole for this one, especially if someone is snooping into her bag and taking her items. Usually that is a big no-no, and that person is usually always in the correct. But I, 20F, and my friend, 21F, and my friend is 21F. I always carry a USB killer in my backpack. It looks like any other thumb drive, except I stuck a tiny devil face sticker on it, so I know it's the dangerous one. Okay, I always keep it on me because I live at home and my parents are super nosy. If I ever leave it on my desk, they definitely pick it up and plug it into their laptop to see what is in it. Yesterday, I had to leave campus in a rush and asked my friend to watch my bag for a bit. I ended up not having time to come back, so I just texted her to take it home and I'd grab it today. She said cool. She gets home and admits that she got curious and started looking through my stuff and finds the devil sticker USB. Thinks it's my normal drive, plugs it into her gaming computer to see what files I have, and the computer instantly dies. Mobo and PS2 completely gone. Now she is mad at me. She said I should, saying that I am reckless for carrying something like that and I need to buy her a whole new setup, even though she knows that she shouldn't have been digging around in my bag in the first place. I feel bad her free PC is dead, but come on. Don't snoop around and plug random drives into your computer. Am I the asshole? I would say no. She shouldn't have been snooping around in your things. I'm not too sure exactly what a USB killer is, so I'm going to look that up quickly. Okay, so basically, just like how she said, it's a USB that kills a device instantly. Now, I'm not too sure why she would need something like that. It does definitely seem a little strange that she would just have like a USB that can instantly just take out any sort of a device, but it is still at the end of the day her own things, and the friend should not have been snooping around in her personal belongings. I know if it was my friend and they were snooping around in my stuff and then something like this happened, I would be very upset with them over the fact that they alone were just going through my things. But I would say for this one, she is probably also not the asshole. But let's go on to the next one, and I think this next one will just be my last one, so a total of 3 stories. And then this one says, am I the asshole for family wedding drama? My sister got married 2 years ago. The wedding planning for her wedding took about 2 years, and throughout the 2-year planning period, every time my now own fiance and I would see my sister and my parents, every conversation revolved around the wedding. We did get engaged the year before their wedding, and we were told to hold off on any wedding plans until after my sister got married. We obliged. Now we are in the year of our wedding. My sister announced that she is pregnant a few weeks before Christmas, and the baby will be due 3 months after our wedding, which is in October. Part of me is hurt because now I don't get to have my own moment like she did because of it being overshadowed. Additionally, we are having no kid wedding, and my sister thinks she is going to be the exception to this and assume her baby would be able to come. once we let her and my mom know that we are having a kid-free, child-free wedding, I was told that I was being selfish. We compromised and offered a solution that her baby can be part of the ceremony in pictures, but would leave after, and that we are not allowing anyone else to in the bridal shower to bring their kids. Am I the asshole for this situation? So I would agree that is a little bit selfish of your sister, especially because it's like she had almost 4 total years, it sounds, if I read it correctly, of planning her wedding and then getting married 2 years ago. So 2 years of planning, and then the 3rd year they get married. You know, she had the whole focus be on her. And I'm assuming, I could be wrong, that her child could potentially be the first grandchild. So then that's also another thing that the sister is going to sort of be taking and being a little bit, not necessarily selfish. Having children is very selfless, but sort of being a little bit more selfish in the fact that like wanting like special privileges, special exceptions, and things like that as far as her baby goes to her sister's wedding. I would say that it is just overall not ideal or the best situation when it comes to this, just because of it being like family drama and issues. But at that point, if I was the LP, I would just say no. If you're going to act like this, then therefore don't even bother bringing your baby. I already tried to accommodate you. You decided to call me selfish, so therefore no. Especially, who wants to bring their 3-month-old baby to a wedding when there's going to be potentially a lot of drinking and partying, and who knows what other sicknesses there could be? It is your responsibility as a parent to make sure that they're not in any unsafe situations that could potentially become unsafe, and I just feel like that's what OP's sister is doing. So I would just say that she is not the asshole for that one. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I am sort of excited to be doing this just because I did say at the beginning that I really did enjoy these types of styles of videos on YouTube myself. So I'm very excited to be joining in this little community of Reddit stories in Minecraft. But I hope you guys have a good one. Bye-bye.